two words you can easily distinguish because a dromedary camel, capital D, has one hump in its back. That's that guy. A Bactrian camel, a capital B, has two humps if it's laying on its back. This guy is a Bactrian, that one is a dromedary. We're going to talk in a minute about the way camels use water. This guy is what a dehydrated camel would look like. Their hump would be loose and floppy, hanging off one side or the other. This guy is not dehydrated, he just is a baby. His humps haven't filled all the way up yet. This guy's Humphrey. I'm going to put him away and show you guys Abu here. Abu happens to be my favorite animal on the farm. He is sweet, loving, sort of a dork, so we get along real well. The most interesting thing about a camel is their ability to store and use water in the form of fat. On the hottest day in the desert, a camel can go 10 days to 2 weeks with not a single drop of water. In that period of time, they can lose 30% of their body mass to dehydration. This camel weighs 1,250 pounds. The big fella outside weighs 1,750 pounds. According to Google, Ed is the biggest camel in North America. I don't know that that is or is not true, but that's what Google says. This guy is 1,250 pounds. So if this guy lost 30% of his body mass to dehydration, that would be 400 pounds to dehydration. If the big guy outside lost 30% of his body mass, that would be 500 pounds to dehydration. If I lost 30% of my body mass, that would be 60 pounds. If I lost 60 pounds because I had no water for 10 days, obviously I would no longer be living. If this guy lost 400 pounds because he had no water for 10 days, what he would be is thirsty. If this guy was thirsty, oh my goodness, they're thirsty. A camel this size could drink 30 gallons of water in 3 minutes if he was actually 30% dehydrated. The big guy outside could drink 50 gallons of water in 3 minutes if he was actually 30% dehydrated. That is an amazing feat because there is no tank in the camel for liquid water except his stomach, and his stomach only holds 7 to 10 gallons of water. So where does the water go? The way that it works, as the camel dehydrates, his red blood cells, which are normally oval, down to flat or slightly sickle cell shaped. That accounts for about 150 pounds of his loss of mass. At the same time, his fat cells shrink. The greatest concentration of fat cells in the camel is his hump, and as he dehydrates, his hump will shrink down and then it'll flop over to the side like the other one that we just saw right here. If the camel is actually that dehydrated, he could drink for one this size 30 gallons, for one the big guy size 50 gallons in 3 minutes. The way that that works, as the camel dehydrates and his red blood cells go down to flat, when he drinks the water, boom, right back to oval. As he dehydrates, his fat cells shrink. We are all normal sized people. So suppose that this was normal size for a human fat cell, and we had a burning desire to star in the show My 600-Pound Life. Our fat cells could go from this size to something like that. If that was normal, they could get something like that. Dozens or hundreds of times their original volume. The camel is the opposite. He walks around with his fat cells the size that we would refer to as super morbidly obese. As he dehydrates, his fat cells can get all the way down to the size that we would call normal. Difference being, for us to go from this to that is decades of unlimited access to ridiculous amounts of food. For the camel to go from this to that is about 40 seconds on an individual cell basis, 3.5 minutes for the whole body. So the camel can go from emaciated, near ending, to back to completely normal in about 3.5 minutes. All right, the other interesting thing about this camel, this is the kissing camel. If you would like to give a camel a kiss, put your hands behind your back like this so you're not tempted to go wagga wagga in his face or in my face. Neither one of us like it. Walk up to the camel, go boo boo. And the camel will give you a kiss just like that. Makes a great picture. You got, if you don't want to kiss the camel, you can just stand with him for a selfie like that if you got long arms or a friend. One at a time, come on up. Let's get through this in about 5 minutes because I got a lot more animals to show you. You gotta get a kiss if he likes it or not.
Oh, he has to look at it.
Boo must like the hair. I do too. Pretty cool. Wish I could grow it like that.
That's hilarious.
Hey, are you jealous?
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah, there's only one. That's the feet. That's the feet. Crazy.
That's the shoulder. That's the shoulder out of that kitchen.
Okay. What is that?
Both the same.
He won't down. It's so.
He won't bite.
Go ahead, so okay. Took from right there. So it's okay. It's okay. Just you want do it. Okay. You take it. Yeah. You get it? Okay. Let's go. Come on. Good job, guys. Okay.
Josephine, just get up there. I'll meet you. Got it.
Take one. Yeah.
The lake. I mean the river. Yeah, lots of fish.
Hello.
Hello.
This is one I'm gonna get.
I'm with you. I got you. Why?
You're good. Don't worry about blocking me. It's about you guys.
Get in line. Are you taking a bite?
He likes you, Mr. Lee.
I see that.
I want to take a selfie with the camel.
Yeah.
All of my business.
Got it.
Can we take it? All right. Got you. Good job. Oh! All right. Whoa. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Who knows what this is?
Iguana.
Iguana.
I got you.
Warm and quick iguana.
I got you.
Alright, this guy's name is Willie. Willie is obviously an iguana. Willie is a reptile or lizard. What does it mean to be a lizard or reptile? Cold-blooded. What does cold-blooded mean?
They need heat to warm their blood.
Exactly, they cannot warm themselves. So a warm-blooded animal eats food, converts food to energy, and uses some of that energy to warm their body. A cold-blooded animal needs an external source of heat. They have no way to warm themselves. Why would the Lord create an animal that can't warm itself? What's the advantage to being cold-blooded? Oh yeah, basically hibernation. So if you guys got home from school today and your mother told you, we're going to eat dinner next time at Thanksgiving, Is that going to work out for you? No, that's a hard no. You guys like to eat probably just about every day, right? But if this lizard heard that the next time he was going to eat dinner is November 26th, what would he do? Yeah, he would just slow everything way down. On a cellular level, everything in him would just slow way down. He could wait a long time. No hands in the camel's face, please. Hands out of his face, please. Or not. So adults don't listen there as well as kids, just so you guys know. So the next time, he could go a long, long time without food. All right, some specific things about this particular lizard. This guy is an iguana. Where did you think, looking at him, he would hide well?
Florida.
Yeah, Florida. Where would he hide in Florida?
Grass and trees.
Trees. This guy is an arboreal creature, meant to live in trees. He also swims extraordinarily well. He can swim all the way from Florida to the Bahamas. All right, so this guy has a good size, shape, and color to hide in trees. Brown coppery legs blend in with the branches. Green back blends in with the leaves. In addition to his size, shape, and color, this guy has a form of mimicry. What does mimicry mean? Camouflage means blends in with his surroundings. What does mimicry mean? Mimicry means pretending to be something you're not. So this guy, his form of mimicry is the round circles on the sides of his face. So if something is coming toward him that he's afraid of, he will turn his face sideways like this and try to show this to be his eyeball. Because he wants an animal coming toward him to go, ah, look at the eyes on that thing, it must be huge. And maybe run away and instead of coming to make him for a snack. Because if he actually had eyes as big as that and he was a lizard, what would he be in South Florida? No, those in Africa. He is an iguana. He's not trying to pretend to be an iguana. He really is. He would be an alligator. So, a lot of things that might think that an iguana was a tasty snack really don't want to mess with an alligator. They don't want to become the meal, they want to find a meal. Alright, this next lizard right here is Tootsie. Tootsie is a bearded dragon. This one is good size, shape, and color to hide where? Exactly, this one hides in the desert. So this one is a good size, shape, and color to hide in the desert. This one and this one both have an extra organ that helps to keep them safe. It is called their parietal gland. It is an organ on the top of their head that senses light and shadow. So if something is coming at either one of these from above, and these aren't really, they're numb to it because we do this over them every day showing what they do. But they have an extra organ on top of their head called their parietal gland. So if something is swooping down on them, they'll see it coming and they'll skitter underneath of a rock or something. But this one also has a form of mimicry. This one's form of mimicry is a little harder to distinguish. So we took a while with the camel. I'm just going to tell you, this one's form of mimicry is the needles down both sides. It wants for an animal that's looking at it as a meal to say, don't want a mouthful of needles, hard pass on lunch. But the reason this is mimicry, not defense, if these were actual sharp needles, this would be defense. But these are fake. There's nothing sharp about these. So there is no animal that's going to get a mouthful of needles out there. It just wants to pull them so they don't come eat them. If you would like to hold this, just put your hand out. You guys are welcome to pass this all around. Just please don't drop it. All right, this next animal over here is a leopard gecko.
Oh, that's the one it was. I tried. Oh, now I see it. Leopard gecko.
All right, this one is a leopard gecko, guys. This one is a good size, shape, and color to hide absolutely nowhere. This one normally would be much, much brighter colored than this, but this one is about to shed. That's why it's dull colored. Normally it would be like neon yellow and black. So this one's only form of defense is mimicry. It cannot hide. So what is its form of mimicry that allows it to just walk around loud and proud and say, don't eat me because I might be poisonous? Yeah, lots of lizards or amphibians that are brightly colored are poisonous. That's fair warning to the public. I might be poisonous. Don't eat me. So this one is just trying to mimic a poisonous animal. So it has no defense whatsoever, except for people that think it might be poisonous and not come and eat it. All right, I'm gonna grab another lizard for you guys to see.
Yeah, the Iguana gone.
All right, guys, this one is another iguana. This is a super quick iguana. This one is just like the other iguana except for one crucial difference. What is the difference between this iguana and that iguana?
Smaller.
Yeah, this one is smaller, but that's because this one is a baby and that one's an adult. The one outside is at least 18 years old. This one is 1 year old. It will take this one 6 years to reach the size of the other one. But what's the other very, very visible difference between this one and the other? No. Color, yeah, super obvious. This one is an albino animal. So albino does not mean white, it means lacking color, lacking pigmentation. So this one obviously is not fully albino, or it would be white, but it is albino. You can see it has the red looking eyes. Albino animals don't actually have red eyes, they have clear eyes. You're seeing their red blood cells behind their eyes. That's what makes them appear red. But this one lacks pigmentation. That's why it's not green like the other iguana outside. This one is far too quick for me to pass around. It would surely escape from you. I'm gonna go get an animal that's a little bit slower than this one. Maybe quite a bit slower.
The spotted gecko. A leopard gecko was the top one that he showed.
All right, guys, these ones are tortoises. You've already been up to the petting farm. You saw sulcata tortoises up there. These are the exact same kind of tortoise. These are just really young ones. I've got 5 here. The 2 bigger ones are 1 year old. The 3 smaller ones are 1.5 months old. So it takes a full year for them to go from this to that. You guys are welcome to hold some of these. Just grab one, pass them around. The 2 larger ones are 1 year old. The 3 smaller ones are 1.5 months old. Just be careful, don't drop these guys, all right?
He wants to hold your baby.
You want to hold this or that? Yeah, sure, here you go. No, she doesn't have prickers, it's mimicry. Hey, that's great. Now you can just pet it like this and you can feel that texture. You see the way that feels all rough and bumpy on the top? And on the bottom you feel the way it feels like a snake, right? All right, great. Yeah. Excellent, you're doing a fantastic job. My man. All right, so these little tortoises, these ones are exactly the same as what you saw up in the petting farm. These guys take a full year to reach from the small size of these to the big size of these. That's a year. It takes them about 5 years to reach this size. After that, they really take off. The ones that you saw up in the petting farm, the biggest one is a male. He's about 15 years old. The second one is a female. She's about 20 years old. Those 2 both weigh around 85 pounds. So for the first 5 years, these guys will live in the same environment that you put them in to begin with. After that, you need to start to reconsider. These guys are going to get to be 100 years old. I recently read an interesting thing about a tortoise, that Charles Darwin brought one and only one tortoise back from the Galapagos Islands from his adventures. That tortoise lived so long that at the end of its life it was in Steve Irwin's zoo. So Steve Irwin and Charles Darwin owned the same tortoise, and it was about 175 years old when it passed. All right, guys, let's gather up the lizards and reptiles here, and I'm going to show you a mammal that looks like a lizard. A little bit. One that's flattest on top is a male, he's 15. The next one that's about the same size as a female, she's 20. The one that's sharp on top is a rescue. It was desperately malnourished for a long time. That's why it's sharp on top. No idea how old that is.
You good? I'm gonna take pictures. I can send it to your mom. I love it. I know. Very sweet.
All right, guys, here's a really cool animal. Anybody know what this is?
Armadillo.
Yeah, armadillo. This is a Brazilian 3-banded armadillo. So it's got its 1, 2, 3 moving bands. They're all held together by lines of skin. Is this a mammal, reptile, or bird? Mammal. If you hold this toward the light, you can see little hairs sticking through it all over the place because this is a carapace, not a shell. All the little star patterns you see here are little bony plates. They're all held together by lines of skin. So everywhere that you see hair sticking through, that's coming from its skin, obviously. This is a mammal, not a reptile. There are about 50 types of armadillos in the world. There are 2 that can make a complete ball like this guy is. This is his head, this is his tail. This guy's name is Bakugan. My son used to love the little Bakugan toys that are a ball, and then when it rolls across its magnet, it bing, and comes out like that. And that's why this is my own personal Bakugan. So this guy, he is a mammal. He is an insectivore. He likes to eat bugs. So he likes to eat superworms, mealworms, hornworms, waxworms. We get shipped in all kinds of bugs for him here. This guy can detect an ant something like a foot underground, and then he digs down to eat it. This guy's in the super order of Zethorans. That means mammals with a hinged spine. So this guy can ball up. All Zethorans can ball up. That is the armadillos and the sloths and the anteaters. Those are the Zethoran order of animals. This guy is ticklish. If I turn him over and go like that, he gets all wiggly and tickly and he goes, oh, go, 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 go. And if he didn't like it, he would clamp down on my fingers and he could just about take my finger off. But it would not be comfortable at all. But he likes to be petted and tickled like that. When you set this guy down on the ground, he just runs around like a little potato with high heels on. He's a cool little animal.
Look at it.
That guy's name is Bakugan. We call him Baku for short.
So fast.
I think he's got a lizard on his shoulder. He's in the corner.
He's in timeout.
Going through the Bakugan wash. Shine the shell.
He is an insectivore, so he always wants to go into the corners. He's looking for bugs. All right, let me put these reptiles away, guys. If you still have one, let me have them. There we go. I saw one dead on the road yesterday on 64 Highway. You want to pet that one? On 64 Highway, right by the bus park. That dude was like this big. Good job. You are coming along, my man.
It's going everywhere.
More shot. Good. Growth. All right, thank you, sir. Good job. All right, guys, little tip for you. If you were going to consider a reptile as a pet, an iguana is a super easy pet. Everything you need for your iguana comes from the produce department at the grocery store. A leopard, a bearded dragon, super easy pet. They eat primarily fruits and veggies. You can get little balls of food for them at the pet shop. All they need is that. The leopard gecko, super much of a pain. They eat nothing but live insects, and you can spend the rest of your life driving back and forth to one of the pet shops looking for the one day of the week that they have live crickets for your little gecko to eat. The tortoises, super easy pets. All they eat is fruits and veggies. All these other lizards you could get at any local pet shop. Tortoises you could get here. This guy is really rare though. You wouldn't come across one of these.
How fast can you get over here?
I am told that in his full adult stature, he'll be able to run 30 miles an hour, jump 3 feet straight in the air. But I'm going to have to see that to believe it, because it also says that he can reach the size of a soccer ball, and obviously, you know, he's nowhere near that, and this guy is a full year old. I think the coolest thing is the way his little ears go. Like that. And he's surprisingly friendly. He likes to play. He likes to be out running around. And this guy's about a year old. His name is Bakugan. When I finally get a female one, because I am a teen of the 80s, I'm going to name it Shaka Khan. We'll get in there a little walkout music. Shaka Khan, look at whatever.
All
I
of
can
us
sing
get
a
that.
song about that.
Nobody
Yeah,
else
yeah,
gets it
yeah.
except the parents. I said except the parents.
My last, well, we were giving them all a little walkout music thing, so we had an alpaca named Tyler because that dude looked like a lady, and the little tiny llama that's down there is named Manelli, and then the 2 little gray salt and pepper colored goats up in the Bethany Farm of Salt and Peppers here, and Blondie is the little blonde goat up there. She may or may not have a heart of glass. And it's fun that way.
He's just talking.
All right, guys. It is lunchtime now. You guys brought lunch, right?
Yes.
All right. So you guys are, there is a sink in the bathroom. There's another sink in the kitchen right there where you guys can wash up for lunch. And then we're going to bring a couple more animals out to see you out there during